Yes. Welcome back to a City Extra stream. Ansu Fati season potentially. Transfer rumours, if they're led to believe, with obviously Bernardo wanted to get off from the club. So thought we'll talk about transfer rumour. I mean, why not? Why not? There's nothing else to talk about.
No, it's a bit of a mad rumor, but there's quite a lot to talk about on Bernardo Silva. Obviously, we all know the situation, and it's not just Ansu Fati that we're going to be speaking about. I think we can get a little good conversation and a good debate in here actually on Bernardo. And basically, if no one bids for Bernardo, what we need to be looking at is what potential players could we look at to
swap
do some
deal,
sort of swap deal? Exactly. Yeah. So we'll go through the Ansu Fati thing. We'll tell you where the rumours come from, and then we'll go through, and you guys can help us out with potential players that City could look at swapping Bernardo Silva for. But before we get into all that, as always, please make sure you drop a like on the stream. We've got 50 likes already. Let's get those likes past 100. Over 240 people in here right now. Let's get those likes past 100. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. And, of course, big up to the guys at Manscaped for sponsoring today's stream. If you've not already got yourself a Lawnmower 4.0, then go check it out. Manscaped.com and use code XTRA20, XTRA20 for 20% off. And free international shipping. Right, so... So, of course, right, guys, we already know Bernardo Silva wants to leave, so I'm not really going to discuss that side of it. What I want to discuss is, if no one comes in with the bid for Bernardo, because obviously City are happy to let him go, but City want the bidding. So, say City want 60 to 70 million for him. I don't think they're going to get that. So the only way that you're going to be able to get rid of Bernardo Silva, in my opinion, then, is by doing some sort of swap deal. So let's start off by talking about Ansu Fati, and then we can get on to everyone else. Basically, there's been quite a few rumours over this last week. I've got to say, the sources are pretty arse, but you never know. You never know where the sources come from. That City are willing to basically say to Barcelona, look, let's do a deal. You can have Bernardo with a swap deal with Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati, 20 years old, currently playing at Barcelona, contracted until 2027. Would you be happy with that, bro? Say this, I mean, probably, it's highly unlikely this is going to happen. I mean, the source on this is pretty poor, but say this did happen, would you be happy with that?
Is this just like a straight swap?
Well, this is the thing. Obviously, it doesn't go into cash.
Yeah, well, how much is
this is obviously
cash?
Something that we need to discuss is... Let's talk about the players first of all.
Yeah,
would you happy to get Ansu Fati in?
I feel like Jerry's out on Ansu Fati. He missed a long time, and I can't remember if it was last year. He missed a long time through injury.
Yeah.
So I've never really had like a proper opinion on him, because in that time, they obviously they've got Ousmane Dembele, Ferran Torres, Rafinha's playing in there. I mean, they just seem to have got a lot of wingers, and I feel like he's fallen behind a little bit. Now I'm not sure how much he starts nowadays or what his stats are, but I just kind of I just don't know if he's that level yet. Like, would he come in and be starting games for City? I don't know. So I feel like it'd be a weird one for me. I think I'd be a little bit hesitant to say I'd be happy with it, because I'd just be a bit like, right, okay, well, he's gonna have to seriously prove himself.
I'm looking at his stats now for Barca. He's in and out of the team. He's actually been starting games recently for Barcelona, but he's in and out of the team. He can play anywhere across the front line. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, he's decent.
He's got 9 goals and assists in just over 1,100 minutes. So that's really not a bad record.
Decent.
One of the problems is with Ansu Fati, right? I don't know, a lot of people have already mentioned this in the chat. Is his injury record, bro. He's 20 years old, right? Listen to this. This is his injury record at 20 years old. Knee problems, knock, bruised hip, meniscal laceration, fitness, knee problems, hamstring injury, fitness issues. He's had 9 separate injuries so far recorded on his injury record, and he's 20 years old.
Bro,
and that, by the way, that meniscal laceration, whatever it's called, he was out for a year.
That's the one where it binned him, innit?
Yeah.
18-month injury, Sam Martin says. But that almost makes it worse. The fact that he was out for that long with that one injury, you think he'd have less injuries because he spent a full year off. So then he's only 20. That stinks. That stinks. And with our record with knee problems, bro, Jesus, man, he'd be in and out of Kugat's office.
Well, that's probably why he's fucked, mate, because he's in Barcelona. He's with Kugat.
Yeah, that's it. Kugat's his doctor. So yeah.
I've seen him a few times, though, you know, and I do think he's a good player. I like him, but
he seems to have that flair, innit? He seems to have that flair of that the whiff of a good player. But then this injury thing, I think that stinks, bro. That's so bad.
Yeah, I know. This is the problem with it, you know. And like I say, I do like him. I think he's a good player. He's only 20 years old. Obviously, there's loads of potential there, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's a good player. You only have to look at the way he plays, his stats, and all that kind of stuff. He is good, but for me, I just look at it and go, his injury record. Like I say, I don't think this is going to happen anyway. But his injury record just doesn't appeal to me, really.
Yeah, it seems to be. That's proper off-putting, that. So I think I'd swerve.
Yeah, I'd swerve. Let me do a poll actually in the chat. Let's have a look what people think on this one. Fatty, swerve. Oh, no. And of course, we'll come on to the next potential players that we could potentially swap him for, because there's other players that we could swap him for, like Rafael. We'll come on to all them in just a second. Big up Nick Torman with the super chat, says Fatty is their main man when playing. Why the move? Well, I don't know, mate. You know, I don't know. I'm just going off the rumours that are coming out. You know what I mean? The rumours that City are interested in. Like they say, the source is pretty poor, but the rumours are there. So maybe City have inquired or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But ultimately, it's something that I don't think is going to happen. JV with a 2 says no Barca garbage except for Gavi, Frankie de Jong or Koundé. Well, Gavi, mate. Gavi's a player. And of course, I don't know if you've seen it or the last couple of days. I don't know if they've got permission now, actually, but they were rejected to renew his contract. Did you see that?
Because of the wage bill. Yeah. So is that now sorted?
I think it's sorted. I'm not sure. Let me go on Google News now. Is it sorted? Surely it's sorted by now.
JV, I'd like to add a name onto your list because I think Pedri deserves to be on that list as well. Pedri definitely he's unreal as well.
I'm not seeing that they've managed to register him. Everything that I'm googling here just says they've been unable to register him because of the wage list.
Assassin Gaming there says it's not sorted.
Is it still not sorted?
That is heavy. That is heavy.
I'd be
circling there.
Yeah, 100%,
I'd be circling. I'd be saying to Gavi in it, yo, look, if they can't register you, you've got a home here, mate.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
I know that'd be pretty crazy. But look, there are a couple of players at Barcelona that we'd like to get. I don't think. Obviously, Barcelona came out and said, I think it was Laporta who come out and said, we're not going to go back in for Bernardo Silva this summer. So, but you've got to go off that and say, right, well, it's unlikely that Barcelona are going to come back in for him because that's what they're saying. So he's going to have to go somewhere else. And obviously, that's why PSG have been mentioned. Obviously, I think we did a stream last week on the fact that Kylian Mbappe, PSG wanted Bernardo Silva there. Will he go there? You know, there's a couple of teams in Milan. Could he go potentially to Milan? I'm not 100% sure. Could he go to Milan? So
thinking of different player options, and if we go through the teams that it has been linked with and look at the players that they've got, this on the basis that no one's going to be willing to put up the transfer fee that City will be wanting, so we could get a player in return. So obviously, like you said there, we did mention PSG. There was a strong rumour towards the back end of the window in summer that City could potentially be looking at bringing in Marco Verratti with a swap deal with Bernardo Silva because PSG really wanted Bernardo Silva. But again, it was the same situation. PSG wouldn't match what City valued him. I think City were valuing him at 80 million, and I think they offered something like £70 million. So I guess that's one thing that is rumoured to be there. There's always the small matter of Neymar, where there's a lot of people who nah, not Neymar, but I think there's a lot of people who be like, give me that Neymar. I'm not sure how I don't even know how you'd get Neymar out of PSG now. I think he had that wobble in it where they wanted to get rid of him, but he started cooking this year again. So I feel like they're just going to be happy with him again.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really know who else you'd be able to go in for.
I agree. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, who really is gettable there that we actually need? I mean, I'm looking at the front line. You know, I mean, Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. Well,
it's not possible.
You know, we're not going to get any of them. So let's move on.
Messi would be free anyway because he doesn't have a contract.
Exactly. So that wouldn't matter. Renato Sanchez, nah. Fabian Ruiz, not for me. Herrera, nah. Verratti. You know, I've always rated Verratti. I actually do genuinely like Verratti, but I just think like, nah. I've changed my mind on him now. I'm just like, nah. And then the rest of the defense, you know, I'm looking at the defense.
Hakimi's one, but
but would he leave?
I don't know.
Would he leave PSG?
Nuno Mendes, we were interested in Nuno Mendes. I don't know how well Nuno Mendes has done at left back for PSG.
Would we go for Hakimi? I don't know. I don't think we would. We go for him? How much is it going to take to get him out of there?
Because they'll want cash for Hakimi. I think they paid something like £60 million for him.
Yeah, they paid 63 million quid, so he's contracted until 2026. So, you know, you're looking at that and going, that's going to cost you absolutely.
Yeah, and he's got better, so he'd cost cash, bro. He'd 100% cost cash.
Mm-hmm. So that's not going to happen. So I'm looking at PSG and I'm going, PSG's not an option, man. There are no players there that's going to make it work.
And like, obviously, the whole caveat is that they just pay the price. If they pay the price, then yeah, they can have it. Yeah. So Milan has always been on the cards for Bernardo Silva. Just before we go into that, Joe Webb in the 9 months. Yes, Joe Webb says focus should be on Martinelli, Odegaard, and / or Leao to replace Raheem and eventually Kev. Barca players love the club; they never want to leave. Martinelli, I believe, is on the verge of signing a new 4.5-year contract, so I think that is instantly in the bin. Odegaard would cost you 100 million plus with how he's playing at the moment. You're not going to go and get Odegaard from Arsenal, unfortunately. And Leao is one that we'll come on to now. So obviously at Milan you have. I think with Milan you've only got really two positions which we're looking at, which would be Theo Hernandez at left back and Rafael Leao at left wing. Yes,
I agree. I don't really see anyone else there that you could go and get realistically and guarantee to improve your team. Now the problem is, I've seen both of these players now a couple of times, and I've really not been impressed with them. I've really not been impressed with them, bro. I thought we watched.
We watched
Milan in the derby. I thought Theo Hernandez was very, very average. I thought he was positionally poor. In the game against Inter Milan.
They got battered. Was it last night or today? Is it Sassuolo? Is that who it was? Or Sampdoria? I can't remember who it was. And someone battered them. Someone absolutely battered them like 5-1 or something. Today or yesterday.
I'm just looking at him, bro, going thinking that Theo Hernandez, you know, he just doesn't do it for me, man. He doesn't do it for me. And Leao, I'm looking at Leao and going, it's not again. He's not tearing up trees, man. Just none of them two players, unfortunately, and it's a real shame, man, because I think they're both doable. I think if City wanted either of them, they could go and make the deal happen tomorrow. But I just look at them both and go, I think they're slightly better than average players, but that's not good enough for City.
The thing is, I can't judge them off what I've watched because I've not seen too much. Obviously, we did watch one full game, which is the Inter Milan AC Milan thing, which was where we fully focused on like a Leao situation. He did make some good runs. I have seen him before that in different scenarios. Obviously, I've seen him play for Portugal, where he actually did look decent at times for Portugal. Nothing that made me go, "Oh my god, we need to bring this guy in like now." But Joey, he scored that one worldie. I didn't actually watch that game where he scored the worldie, but I think he was mainly coming off the bench. Leao for Portugal. I could be chatting shit there. But then I seen half of a match against Chelsea. And in that I didn't really see much either. So the thing is, he's not standing out as someone where you can see it and just be like, yo, you need to do this, you know what I mean? You need to go get him rapid. Because from what I've just not seen him enough in it. Like he could absolutely cook. This guy could absolutely cook in it. And then the times that I watched it, I've just like been like, oh yeah. Like that Chelsea game, I watched half an hour of it and turned it off. Like, do you know what I mean? I've barely seen the guy play, so I feel like I can't write him off. But he's certainly not been like he's not been the guy where I'd go, yeah, he has to be it. But he's looking like one of the only options, really. Mm-hmm. And now I do trust the board more than I trust my own judgment. So if the board want to go out and get him, you know what I mean? Then I back it. I back it 100%.
Another player from Serie A, obviously at Napoli, is Kvaratskhelia, under contract until 2027. Napoli absolutely slamming the league in Italy at the moment. They're currently actually drawing one against Roma, but they're 13 points clear of Inter Milan, who are in second place. So they're going to go and win the league. Now, realistically, previous years, you got no way with Bernardo Silva go to Napoli. But if Napoli win the league this year, would he be prepared? And Barca couldn't get him, and PSG didn't get him. Would he be prepared to go to Napoli? Could City do some sort of deal? Because I think that would be a way potentially of getting Kvaratskhelia out of Napoli, is if he did some sort of swap deal. It's just whether he'd go to Napoli. But Napoli, you'd have to give respect to Napoli and say, well, the Italian champions, because they're going to win the league this year.
Yeah, they're absolutely ripping it up at the moment. Obviously, like I said, they are drawing 1-1. Victor Osimhen scored, and it was actually Kvaratskhelia who assisted again. Because the guy's built of something different. We had the rumour, was it last week, about City keeping an eye on Kvaratskhelia, which is not really. I think anyone could guess that, to be honest. I think every team will be keeping an eye on Kvaratskhelia. I just think it's going to be such a difficult decision, a difficult transfer to get done. Now,
but this would obviously make it a lot easier.
It'd make it easier if Bernardo would want to go there. I personally don't see it. For teammate, we know it's 1-1. LB just said it. I'm not. I'm not. And the thing is, if Bernardo doesn't want to go there, it means that you'd have to get Kvaratskhelia with cash, and we'd have to deal.
But the thing is, bro, if Bernardo doesn't want to go there, then he needs to stop fucking sulking.
Yeah.
Because City said to him, well, if you want to leave, bring us a deal. And let me tell you something, the last 2-3 years, he's not brought us one single acceptable deal. So this is a way of getting him out of the football club. And you don't want to be here, that's no problem. We'll try and make something that happen. Because you've been pretty unsuccessful at some point, as proven by the fact that you're still a Manchester City player. So I don't think he can really sulk, you know what I mean? Unless he brings a deal.
Could Bernardo be the key to fixing the Napoli-City relationship? Basically, on his way out, he puts everything back to normal.
It all depends if he'd go there.
But you are right, though. If he does moan about, oh, I don't want to go Napoli, and Napoli and City are both willing to do the deal, it's a bit of a weird one. It's just a bit of a weird one, because you're like, I thought you're desperate to leave the football club. Mm-hmm. Especially the way that he makes out in these interviews and that, and then he's already come out and said he's going to look at elsewhere, other options.
Yeah. That's it.
You know what I mean? Go live the life in Italy.
Italy's a nice place, mate. Napoli, that's the home of the pizza there as well. That's where they made the first pizza.
Is it?
Yeah. That's where, and obviously you got other museums and that. Pretty sick. So yeah, that's another option. I'm thinking Real Madrid. Is that another option potentially for a swap deal?
I feel like Barca's more realistic than Real Madrid.
I mean, who would you get though?
From Barca?
Yeah.
Ansu Fati. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I don't know who you get. But I mean, like destination-wise, I feel like Barcelona's more realistic than Real Madrid. But I don't know, because I've not seen a single thing to say that Real Madrid want. Then again, we're not seeing anything to say Napoli want Bernardo. But I'll take obviously Pedro or Gavi, but you're not going to get any of them. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get any of them. City like Araujo. That's something that we've been in the past. Defender, but we have a lot of centre backs, so I don't think we'd move like that. My camera just gone off and I'm not sure why. Hello, I'm back. Frankie de Jong. Oh yeah, Frankie de Jong. How am I just writing that one off straight away? Frankie de Jong. That's the obvious choice. Frankie de Jong, Bernardo Silva swap deal. They don't like the money that Frankie de Jong's on. Frankie de Jong was seemingly open to a move, but nothing ever materialised. Frankie de Jong is a possible one.
Frankie de Jong is a player that you could potentially look at going getting, because obviously I think he was open to a move away. It was just about his cash money, if you believe the rumours. So that's a potential option there. And obviously it's just a case of can you get that deal done? Zeno says can't go to Napoli. Can't he go to Napoli? Very good city. Need that swap deal for Kivet. He is perfect for a touchline winger. Big up JP, LB, and Freddie. Yes, Zeno with a 5.
Yes, Zeno.
Omar with a 3 says the entire Milan team played bad in the derby and the Chelsea game. I personally really like Leao. He's a pacey winger who is also clinical. Okay,
yeah, I mean that's what I mean. I think it might have just been watching, but basically bad luck of the games that I've seen. Maybe. Which is the point I was trying to make before. Like he could actually cook. I'm dope with a 5.
With a 5 says at this point only teams we could raid is Juventus and Milan out of Serie A. Both teams look like current Liverpool, and players probably want to leave. Well, again, the question though is who, Doper? Who would you go and get?
Chiesa. Chaser.
I mean, tell you what, man. I seen that goal he scored.
That goal he scored, bro, and his return, unreal.
If we could get Chiesa, mate, I'd be absolutely buzzing.
Imagine, bro.
I'd help that. I'd fly to Turin.
Yeah,
we'll try and make that happen.
Do you know when me and LB do our announcement videos, we'll fly to Turin and do it.
I really like him, though. I really like him. Big up Daniel as well. Says Bernardo for Enzo Fernandez, Benfica. Well, again, that is a thing that could happen, but Bernardo, in his last interview with the Portuguese thing, sort of said that he doesn't want to go there until he's 30.
Yeah, and
I feel like
he has a plan.
I'm not being funny here, right? And I don't mean to be like, don't mean to come across as a bit of a dick, but I feel with Bernardo, he's wanting to eat his cake, a massive cake. He wants all the cake, and he just wants to eat the whole cake.
I feel like you was looking for the other half of that saying then, but you couldn't find it. Yeah, bro, because in my head I was trying to finish your sentence for you and give you the other half, but I don't know what it is either, bro. I was like, yeah, the cake. What's the other bit? And in my head I couldn't think of it. Oh, have his cake and eat it is the.
There you go.
Yeah, I couldn't think of that.
I do never think that though. I do feel like Bernardo is like that though. Like, like the vibe I'm getting. I say I don't want to bring this down on Bernardo because I don't want to slag the guy off. But the vibe I get is like, oh yeah, I want to leave. I don't like
he wants the perfect scenario, isn't
it? That's the vibe I get.
Yeah, he does.
I want to go Benfica in 4 years, but I can't go Benfica in 4 years because the team that I'm going to sign for now, because I want to leave City, wants to sign me on a 4-year, 5-year contract, so then I won't be able to go to Benfica in 4 years. It's like, bro, listen, you signed a contract, you signed it, you knew what you were signing.
Yeah, and it doesn't actually seem that long ago that he actually signed it either. I seen Benno, by the way, your super chat didn't send, just to let you know, so you don't think that we've just. Oh wait, yeah, it did actually. It did. I'm chatting shit. Benno before with 179 said Leao does not excite me one bit, but bet we full send. I can't remember.
I think we will full send it.
I think we will end up full sending, especially with the links. I think it's someone that the club actually wants. I reckon we will end up full sending for Leao. The Bernardo situation, I feel like he wants a perfect move, and I feel like he's got this dream scenario, bro, in his head that he wants to play out. He's got like his life planned for him in his head that he wants to play. So he wants to be at certain places at certain times. But that ain't the way that life works, innit? Unexpected things happen, and things take a while. So then, or you don't get the move, you don't get the dream move that you are thinking. So. I just think he needs to allow it a little bit. It's not turned out quite the way that he wanted to. Guy wanted to go Barcelona until he's 31 or 32 and then get off. But then we've delayed that because we've not let him leave. But at the same time, we've had no realistic offers.
We've had no bids.
No bids from Barcelona at all because they know that the cash is just too much. So
where the bids at?
if you want him, you got to pay up the cash, and he's accepting of that because he knows he's got the contract.
This is it. I agree. Big up to Mohammed, by the way. He says, sell Bernardo, get Kvara. Yeah, I like that. I've just done a poll, by the way, in the chat about who you guys want. It's going to be very, very close. So make sure you vote in the poll there.
How does Sani always worm his way into these polls, by the way?
I don't know. It's crazy. While you're voting on the poll, big up to the guys at Manscaped. It's time to get the vegetables out, lads. So spam the chat in it.
85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist, and 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. That's where Manscaped have come in to help us all out, including myself, lads. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a trimmer specifically designed with our crown jewels in mind. It has skin-safe technology to reduce those nicks and cuts and gives you the maximum confidence while trimming below the waist. It's also IPX7 waterproof rated, so you can operate in wet or dry conditions. It has a premium 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology and a massive 90-minute battery time, which is supported by its wireless electromagnetic charging function. With the Performance Package 4.0, you'll get the Crop Reviver with witch hazel and powerful odor defense. This keeps your balls protected after a good shave. Crop Preserver with its soothing aloe vera and advanced quick absorbing cream, keeping your balls feeling fresh and hydrated. And the Weed Whacker to trim ear and nose hair. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep you the most groomed man in the room. Use our code XTRA20 XTRA20 at checkout and you'll save yourself 20% off your order and receive free international shipping.
Yes, good shout. Manscaped, use code X20 for 20% off and free international shipping. Go out all their products and support the boys.
Bro, just seen, by the way, Kvaratskhelia assist, man. It's naughty.
Sick.
Just like his movement off the ball is just incredible. It's just something else. It's just stunning. It really is.
Yeah, the guy looks unreal. I don't
2-1 Napoli now, apparently, as well.
Oh, is it 2-1 Napoli as well? Is it a Kvara assist? Has he got another assist or nah? That's what we need to know. I see loads of people, by the way, and I know he's not in the poll. Just for people that wanted extra people on this poll that LB's done, there is only 4 options on YouTube, innit? There's only 4 options. Oh, he's off, is he, Tyrone? Yeah, there's only 4 options, so we can only put, basically... That's why I always say, why does Sani always get in on it? He always gets quite high votes, Sani, as well. Like, look at him there on 32%. Kvara done on 39%, which is pretty high. Kay's on 13, so he's the least favourite, and Leao on 18% at this moment in time. So get your votes in if you want to try and swing that your way. So going through the people that I've seen them... Other than that, Paul, Matoma looks good, you know. His goal against Liverpool today was sick as well, that touch, and then basically set himself up in it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a weird one. That I think LB was saying that, is he a one season wonder, or is this like a full send situation with Matoma? Has LB been raptured again? Nah. He just dipped in it for a second. Diaby, the boy, yeah, Diaby. That's someone that a lot of people mention as well from Leverkusen. I think actually Arsenal were linked with Diaby at one point. Dopa with a 2 says Mattia Zaccagni from Lazio. I've never heard of this human.
Well, yeah, apparently I've heard of him, bro. Meant to be a pretty decent player, you know.
He's 27.
Is he 27? Okay, that's fine.
27.
Remember, that's decent.
Yeah, no, it's prime, innit?
You remember what it is now, bro? The whole prime years have reduced. I mean, once you've gone past 26, now you're not in your prime anymore.
You're done, innit?
People are like, you get someone who's 27 and people are like, nah, he's too old.
Yeah, do you remember, imagine we signed Fernandinho nowadays, bro. Everybody would be like, nah, this guy's washed. Like
it's true, unfortunately.
How old was Fernandinho when we signed in 28?
Yeah, I think it was 28, yeah.
So yeah, people would have hated that. We would have hated that. We had this conversation in the summer, didn't we? People were like, nah, you can't sign him. It's well old. It's grim as well because me and you are 28. So it's like, that stinks, bro. People saying these guys are well older. Me and you are like, yeah, well older.
That is true. Unfortunately, yeah, it's pretty mad. But yeah, there we go. That's the news on Bernardo Silva. More rumors coming out, and you know what's going to happen, guys. You know, it's going to be rumors. Unfortunately, it really isn't ideal. All these rumors coming out, but we're just going to continue to get rumors on Bernardo Silva. Unfortunately, it is what it is. We know he's leaving in the summer. Where he goes, we don't know. But I'm 99% sure this guy leaves in the summer.
Yeah.
I just don't see him staying past this summer. He doesn't look happy to me. Doesn't look happy when he's playing anymore.
They'll find a place for him. Someone will come in for him, whether that be Barcelona might even come back in for him. You know that obviously they'll
pull another lever.
Pull another lever. I mean, it doesn't look likely now because obviously it's very clear they're still struggling with his cash issues. So yeah, they might, if they do sign him, they might not be able to register him. But
where the levers at, man?
That's it. You know what I mean? Can they not sell another part of the club? Sell the club shop, innit? Or have they already done that? They might have already done that. I don't know. I don't know what. I seen Nittin. He said this a few times, right? He said sack Cheeky signed someone who can do business with Napoli. That's just a ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous thing. It's not going to happen. We can't just sack Cheeky just to deal with Napoli. That's not a thing. He doesn't want to deal with City completely. It's not just Cheeky. He's like, nah, put him in the bin, sack him, and then we're good to go. And also, sack Cheeky. He's one of Pep's best mates. He just bidding off Pep's best mates. Pep had be gone rapid.
No, guys, it is easy to deal with Napoli. You've just got to pay what they want.
Yeah, you just got to pay exactly what they want. And with someone like Kvaratskhelia, best believe that I'd be like 150 million. He's only just signed from it, like, so his contract's been bare long, and it'll be like 150 mil. And if you believe we're going for Jude Bellingham,
the transfer market is just absolutely insane, man.
Wild, isn't it?
People were like today, "Oh, should City sign Mitoma?" Are you mad?
Brighton will rinse you.
Guys played 6 months in the Premier League, and Brighton are going to ask 70 million for him. I guarantee you, if someone goes in for him in the summer, they're asking 70 million. He's played a year in the Prem. Like the transfer market, honestly, the transfer values, the transfer market, it's done. It's finished. It's washed, man.
Did someone say sell Phil? He can't sell Phil. Chat, he needs to go to bed, man. You're all moving weird.
I got a gun, Phil.
I've got a gun, Phil. Benno, yes, it was at 9. The Liga told Barca I need to clear another 150 to 200 million.
Yeah.
Frenkie de Jong could sort that out like that, you know.
Get us the cash, man.
Get us the cash. Get us the cash.
That's what La Liga is saying to Barcelona, bro.
Get us the cash. Yeah, they got the loan sharks ringing him up, innit?
Yo, there's a team called Elche, right? Bottom of the La Liga. They ain't won a single game in 19 matches. And they're like, get us the cash. We need the cash. They got 6 points in 19 games.
They're like, get us the points, innit? They don't care about cash, innit? They just get us the points. We're stuck. Yeah, this stream's a mess. It's that time of night. It's delirious hours. It's definitely delirious hours. Because Catiso said sell Phil and get Arthur from Liverpool.
Arthur Mello. That's funny. That's funny.
Sell KDB, get Odegaard. That stinks as well. Odegaard is quality though.
Pi said get Rashid, never too old to sign. Ooh.
I know, to be fair though, Rashford are cooking this side. He'd be sick. He'd be mint.
United, bro,
yeah, he is. He's absolutely slamming.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Anyway, more Bernardo news. I think this week we're going to get some big news.
About transfers or just any news, you know what I mean?
Just any news in the world.
he's not bringing it down to anything.
Not even limited to sport.
When City announce a new skin for Roblox or something, he'll be like, told you, big news.
Just any news in the whole world, bro. I just think we're gonna get some news, man.
Yeah,
on the real, I think this week we're gonna get some big transfer news. It's a quiet week.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah, And I just feel like something fishy going on, man. I think this is the week that we get a little bit of a bombazzo.
I hope so. And then we'd have something to talk about for 7 days because because there's nothing else.
Yeah, seriously, I think this is going to be a big week, man. But there you go. Anyway, we've spoke about who we could potentially do swap deals. Look, I can't lie. I think it looks bleak for Bernardo Silva. If you can't bring us the cash. in a suitcase.
Yeah, suitcase of cash, innit? That's the way it works.
He just opens up the suitcase and goes, "There you go, are you happy now?"
Do you want to check it?
Seriously, I think unless he brings us the cash, I don't see him leaving, man.
Nah. Well, I just don't see a swap deal happening. I just don't see that happening, like, at all. I think a club is just gonna have to pay up because I think we'll just full send our own targets in it without the need of Bernardo.
Yeah, there we go. Well, there you go, guys. Hopefully we kept you company for a little bit this evening. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Make sure you smash a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel as well if you need. Big up to the guys at Manscaped. You know the driller. Hit the link in the description. Hit the pin comment. Extra 20 for 20% off and free shipping. And we're back tomorrow with some more news. See you in the next one. See you later.
See you in a bit.